Yo, what up guys, Yoda Comedy J here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're playing Town of Salem 2. My name is I always lie, so, great name for this game. And I will be the pirate, because that's a great role, good neutral evil role that is very interesting to play. If you haven't joined the Discord, please do. If you haven't liked, comment, subscribed, all that stuff, please go ahead and, yeah, let's get into it. So, first day, as you all can notice, we have a Medusa confirmed, an illusionist that died by a serial killer. So, 2 obviously says they investigated me as a sheriff, night 1. So, I'm sitting here. I will warn you, this is a post-commentary. I didn't do the greatest at keeping track of rolls this game because I was kind of half, I was kind of half trying because, it's a pirate game. And as you can see, I'm struggling to figure out what to say because I am a socially awkward MF. We have a coroner. We have a sidekick claim who, if you watch 5-3-14, claim is in their claims. 14 claims neutral evil. So, it's really fun. So that supposedly is the evil out of that group right there. Everyone really starts to go on 11 for almost pretty much no reason at all. The Pope claims tracker. That is something I realized I did not notice. So I'm trying to pick someone to duel. I picked 13 because I was like, he hasn't claimed anything, so he could be evil, and I want to be kind of nice for once as a pirate because, the nicer I am to town, the more likely they are to actually let me live. So, as I continue to finally look at my my notepad to write down my role claims and all that, I'm just now noticing when editing this that I did not get rid of my own number. So 10 is still up there, even though I'm number 10. I always lie, the pirate. I abstained because I was too busy figuring out what to do. I realized 11 claims TS. And this guy obviously saying in the chat number 5 broke. This is obviously fake. He most likely, at this point I was thinking, oh, this is an obvious EXE claim. I mean EXE push, because like what else would, if you're just saying trust and up him for no reason, it's like really simple. I took a risk when I decided to use the rapier for once, because usually people, well, I'm gonna be honest, I usually do use the chainmail because I don't feel like people use the rapier much because, it's the middle option. I feel like people are like, oh, they're just gonna do the middle option. Here I am typing out the Death Note because I wanted to be somewhat different for once and try to plead to the town to let me live if they find out who I am. So I killed a guy, I celebrated inside my house, back and forth, I'll do as you please. That is a lie, because, honestly, I don't care about who wins as long as I win, get to leave the town. So, I managed to kill the same person the Coven did. Luckily, my Death Note shows over the Coven's, so whatever the Coven had to say in their Death Note, or whatever, is not going to be shown because of me, and I'm very excited about that. The person I dueled died. So did 9. As you can see, the Pope left the game, so I was like, oh, he died, or he's just leaving. 9 claims Tavern Creeper, person who rolled block 5, even though you're about to see something very interesting that 5 says. Since it's, I don't know, it's a contradiction. The Pope died to, of course, the veteran because he dared to step on his lawn like an absolute idiot. But anyways, Wildling down, Illusionist down. We know that there is a Medusa. They don't know who to last, if there's another Coven or not. At this point, I don't know at all either. And you'll notice in the chat that 5 claims that they found 11 sus right here. Now, that's not true, because obviously if you look at 9's will, the Tavern Keeper, you see that 5 was RB'd, and that cannot happen. But 11 kind of screws himself over a little bit by saying that 11's desperate for the XE win, so I point that out. No one really cares. One points out that they didn't find him sus. All that. Number 3, Kaido-sama does not understand how psychic works, because they're assuming that 8 was good and her team was evil. We have no idea what they're talking about. And why they're talking in past tense, because 13 is still alive and 8 is stoned. So they could easily be like a neutral. They would never know. 11 says they RB'd 14. I'm hovering over the button. I think about it. I'm like, not really. I don't want to. It's not a good idea. I'm thinking about who I could, pirate. I'm like, 5 is making no sense. I am going to go right after them. There we go. Once I make my decision, I decide that I want 5 to go on because 5 is an obvious EXE. That's an easy kill if they are Coven and are just pushing really hard for no reason. That's an easy win. Well, that's a Coven RB, which means less likely for me to die. So obviously I'm typing on my will, and then I decide I'm going to see the last will. It's confusing me. I'm looking around. I'm figuring out what I can do. Look at what 5 says. Realize that they're contradicting themselves. I just realized that my support thing on the top from Twitch is blocking the timer, but you can see the 2 seconds left. I'll point that out in my death note. They backpedal. I lose. You can see the rage in my mouse right there because I was not very happy about losing that one. But anyways, I say in my will I am doing town things number 5, which is not true. And I'm going to continue lying about what I do. Well, I didn't really lie in the upper ones. One's dead, I removed them from the will. Yeah, I sat there and I lied in some of the nights, and I didn't lie in the others. 11's killed by SK, which proves that number 5 is really desperate. 6, who is confirmed veteran at this point from the Tavern Keeper visiting them, I think. Or is it the Wildling? I think it's the Wildling that visited. Yeah, it's the Wildling that visited them and tried to do a tracker will. So I'm just sitting here, chilling. 2 and 13 continue to put invest and their sheriff information. 5 is still on to 11, even though 11 is dead. So I'm just gonna call them out right here, right now, and that, I might as well just throw it out, because it's obvious they aren't real as a sheriff, because they said that 2 was not sus, even though they investigated someone night 1. I'm gonna be honest right here. My name is Pirate. My name is IOSY, and I just said pirate. So I can easily just lie right there and continue to mess around. 14 claimed neutral Eva earlier. So I'm looking at who I could possibly pirate. And they're going after 14. So I'm thinking in my head, I can't pirate 14 now because they just voted him up. They're easily going to kill him. So I'm figuring out who could I possibly go after. Because it's a necessity. Someone, the confirmed veteran lets me know 3/4. Which is a very good choice, because I was thinking about 4 at the time. But I had a feeling that 3 was going to be bad, because in my head, if I suspect someone like 4, then I'm easily just going to get it wrong. So I go against my gut and I say, oh, I'm going to get 3. So any second now, I'm going to hope that, that's the right choice that 6 wants me to get, because I want the veteran on my side, because that's a person that I don't want. I obviously had a guilty on the Doomsayer, because that's a threat to me, because as a pirate. So then he says to go 4, which is what my gut said, so I'm going to go with it. Screw thinking logically. I had a hope that I was correct. So here we go. But anyways, they're complaining in chat. Well, they're saying in chat, I'm dueling 4, who is probably evil. I decided to use the pistol for once because I never use it. I literally only use 1 or 2. I keep going back and forth. I'm trying to make up my mind. I decided to stop lying in my will constantly, so I just said, screw it. Now I'm typing here in my death note what I believe, who I believe was our last Coven, which is 3 or 4. I'm thinking of a better way to format it, because if I leave, I leave. And that means the people are evil. So I just realized I did not make sense right there. But anyways, I win the duel. I'm out of the town. I'm going to whisper to veteran and say, I got 4. Good luck. I'll see ya. Because, you know, I wanted 6 to survive. And then sadly, the Coven kills off one of the people that are being suspected, which wasn't the greatest idea, even though, you know, well, not the Mafia. Town of Salem 1 is still in my mind. Even though the Coven could have easily left one of the sus people alive, despite them being Apocalypse, because that's 1 vote off of them. Medusa, I don't think, was really thinking about what they were doing, because, you know, obviously, when there's a sus on 2 people, we skip to later on, you see all the people that died. 13 ended up being Dusa, and then an SK and a veteran. I'm not the SK. Yeah, serial killer and the veteran being the last ones to live. The night before, it was still the 2 of them, and they were playing chicken pretty much. So 6 saved their last alert for this last night right here, and it ended up being a draw because they both attacked. I meant the serial killer went to attack him on the night he used his final alert, which is a great draw because number 5, the executioner, their target ended up being number 3, not number 3, ended up being number 13 of Medusa. So then he took out the mayor with him. The game mayor ended after I cut off that last clip, but not much really happened that was interesting. AXE got their target lynched, which was the Medusa. They took out the mayor with them, and then yeah, here we go. We have the match being match draw, 13 and veteran. Well, the vet and the SK attack each other, and then technically it's an executioner pirate win. So yeah, that's how that game went. I did this all in 1 tank. Please make sure to join the Discord if you have not, because I am hoping to have a community Town of Salem game soon, one day. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Here's the roll list. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.